Welcome. I'm Tim Lewis with Multimedical English. I'd like to talk to you today about what happens, what do you do when you have fail from USMLE to clinical skills? Well, about 70% of the doctors that find me have failed for one time. And so I have a lot of doctors that find me on the web and they say, I failed, what can I do? Okay, I'm going to show you a process. First of all, when that happens, almost every doctor just feels like they're not enough. What happened? They're really upset about it, rightly so, because they put a lot of time and effort into this exam. So they get upset. Okay, remember, doctors, every time we have a crisis in our life, it's transformational. We transform through it. And so sometimes it's very difficult. We can become the victim. Why me? This is so depressing. I just can't move on from that. And that happens. It's not anybody's fault. It's just part of a process. And then we can learn that, okay, I can get through this. So we become empowered and we can actually get this done. And then sometimes with help, we become empowered or we do it ourselves. Other times, after a while, we get this so well and we take the test again. And now we're so empowered, we can help others that have gone through the process. And so I always make the joke with the doctors that come to me very sad and they say, I'm not worth anything. I don't know if I should even finish medicine. And I say, wait a second. When you lay down on the pillow, remember your knowledge doesn't fall out at night. So you still have a lot of knowledge and you have a lot of value. And every single person in this world brought something very special. No one's like me and I'm not like you. But you have something very amazing that patients, I believe, are waiting for you in the future. They're waiting for you to come and help them. And all you have to do is just get through this part. Now, this is the first part, is I didn't make it. And the second part is I did make it. And not only did I make it, I got in a really good residency program. And after I got in that, I became this amazing physician. And I was able to help many, many people throughout my life. So that's the future you. And so you have to look at that and just go there. We're going to have a couple setbacks. But don't worry, because that's not the end of the story, is it? So that's the point that I wanted to talk to you about. Don't give up. Don't get depressed too much. Remember, it's not your fault. It was a format. Something happened. We're not going to worry about it, but we can take it from here and move on. And I can help you through that process. It's free even. I don't get anything out of it other than just getting the satisfaction that I have great knowledge that I can help you get through this so that you can go on. You can take my free classes, remember, or any of my courses. But really, you can just find out where you are so you know what happened, and then you can move on. Scratch yourself off and get going. Okay. I don't know why people fail. I don't know exactly what happened in the room or what happened in the grading system. I really don't understand the grading system that much anymore because I have doctors that lived 4 years in the USA, went to high school, spoke perfect English, and yet they failed SAP. When I do the evaluations on each doctor that I meet before they take one of my courses, I find out where they're weak in. And that SEP doctor that failed SEP really was weak in ICE and CIS. I could see how he failed, but it was not SEP. So there's my point. Sometimes you get an ICE point really low, and yet your other scores are really high. I'm not sure really how that was graded or who graded it. For example, someone like me that has 30 years of experience in medicine would grade a paper a lot different than somebody that's brand new that just got a job grading these papers. So we don't know who that is or how that actually works. It really doesn't matter, because once you fail, it's really hard to argue about it and try to contest it no matter what you have. So what you have to do is, okay, let's take it again. So we brush ourselves off, and we know that we have value, we know we have this, and we need to figure out, what am I weak in? Well, I'll tell you that. I do a free evaluation of 2 to 5 doctors around the world every week to try to help them understand where they might be weak. Every doctor knows how to get a diagnosis. You're a doctor. So you can get those diagnoses. But we need to find out where you're weak. And there's a special format in USMLE that's different than what the books say. So I have doctors living at Parkin for a month. They said, I lived at Parkin for a month. I studied first aid, and yet they fail. Well, that's true. That can happen. And the reason why is because the USMLE is giving you the test, not first aid or Kaplan or any books that you're following. So you have to adapt things to your USMLE. And many doctors have never opened the USMLE website and even seen the video there that shows them with the format that's going to be expected of them in the USMLE test. So a lot of doctors study first aid and they're not quite there. So we need to adapt it. That's okay. I teach that in my courses, but other doctors show you. And it depends on which doctor's teaching you, right? Some doctors just show you a book, and other doctors say, we need to adapt this way because this is what USMLE has been doing. And that's what they want. So that's what we need to find out. So if you failed USMLE, number one, we need to find out what happened to you. You can write to me, and down below you can connect, and I will try to set you up for an evaluation. And then we will see what you need. And you can come to my free class. I have a free class. Every Saturday, there's a free USMLE class. You can join it, and it's free, and you can get information every week about USMLE. I answer questions about USMLE. The evaluation that I do on you is free. A lot of, like Target or many other companies, will charge $100 for that evaluation. I don't, and the reason why I don't is because when I find out doctors around the world where their weaknesses are, in my program I can say, my doctors aren't going to have that problem because I know they're weak in the physical exam part with a format that has to be done for USMLE. Or I know that we need to work on second and third diagnostics. So what type of formula can I teach you to make sure you get that right? So this helps me put together classes better for you. And also it helps you to really get the answers that you need and get the format for USMLE so you can pass this time around, okay? Well, I want you to understand something. I want every single doctor to pass USMLE. Whether you take my free class or my paid classes, it doesn't matter to me. I want you all to pass and move on to the next part of your life. That's one of my goals for my life. So you can write to me, you can ask for an evaluation, you can write and ask about our free classes. Just join them every Saturday, and you can ask questions there, and we can see what happened and how we can help you get through this process a little easier. Thanks so much for joining me. It's really an honor.